Hi, Odo. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ruuubs from Son of KS. It's a Mexican media focusing bringing all the LDC information. Uh, what I have to say, you make me so happy with this series. It was an amazing series. You make me relive what happened last year, and it may happen again that you fight against G2 with Rogue. It got 3-0. Then you win against Fnatic. You go against them at finals, and finally you lift that trophy that you had so many years wanting and make everyone happy. If it was a Odoamne fan, it was a Rogue fan, it was a Leg fan, it was you lifting that trophy that made me feel so happy 1 year ago. And I want to start asking you what happened this year. It was so problematic, so many roster changes, so adaptation, last places, and now, as last week, you are 1v5 to going to Worlds. How you feeling with this feeling at all?
I mean, it feels. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it feels good, but it's nice to have some hope in that sense, because yeah, our previous two iterations of the roster, we were 10th place, and yeah, you would expect. I was expecting, like, an early finish to the year, because when you go 10th twice, you can't really have a lot of hope. And now that we have a roster that actually, clicked, it feels quite nice. It's just a little bit difficult, given that, if you don't win a best of five, um, you don't even get to make playoffs, and it would be really a shame, given the level we have right now. It would be a shame to have team like, I don't know, like even Koi or Vitality to make it in, or like it is quite funny that the teams that are just so underperforming in summer split uh, have a chance to, or have a really big chance to just make season finals, just, and we get punished for the fact that our roster was bad 6 months ago. So it like, yeah, I feel hopeful. I think the level we showcased was actually pretty good, and yeah, it's just now it's in our hands. Another best of five and another final to play against G2, if everything goes our way. But I wouldn't really say that it feels good, because um, if you if you drop the ball right now, it's like, it doesn't really matter how much potential this roster has anymore. Your year is just over quickly. So yeah, I'm really disappointed in today's result. It felt like I actually felt confident, really confident, going into the series, that we would beat G2, and I think our games were like quite good. But I don't know, we just dropped the ball in a couple of games. I played not so great in a couple of games, but yeah, at least the our team looked quite good today.
Well, if you ask me, today's series, it doesn't matter if I was a G2 fan, an Excel fan. It was an amazing series. I enjoy it. Doesn't matter who win it. It was a beautiful thing to see. And I want to, on the other hand, change what you've been feeling these 6 months. What keeps you motivated to not throw the towel, to not retire yet? I know you want to still playing, but what keeps you motivated in this aspect?
I mean, I love League of Legends and I love esports, and I think I'm still really good. And my main motivation is that, like, I mean, I want to stay in esports, because I know that, like, if you go 10th twice, if you have another lackluster performance, who knows if you're gonna be here next year. And for me, it feels like um, it was a setback this year. The fact that, like, our initial roster didn't click at all, and we ended up 10th. beginning of the year, I expected my career to go up from winning LEC last year, but then it just went down. So yeah, I don't know. I would be content with, like, throwing in the towel if I felt like I had nothing left in me. But I don't know. For me, it feels like I'm getting better with each year, and I'm not even close to being done yet. So my main motivation is that yeah, I mean, I want to keep being able to play on a stage and play in LEC and play professionally, because I still have a lot to show, and I know that, like, even if you make 10th twice, you need to at least do good individually, so you get to have a spot potentially for the next year. So yeah, you need to kind of find motivation in the smallest things.
Yeah. Also completing that question, you have like the same feeling with Jankos, bad roster, don't give the recognition and, well, the level you have, and you are like the two old pillars that still from the LEC US to now LEC. So how does it feel to be one of the region pillars that stays playing at the tier one, at the best of the best? Does this mean something to you, or is like, oh, so many rookies, I have to teach them that the old ones is still here because I'm still at my top level, something like that?
I mean, I always believe that a lot of people can make it into LEC, but it's incredibly difficult to stay here. We've seen so many players and rookies come and go after one split, and the fact that, like, players like me and Jankos and Hilisang as well were like the three last ones from all the way in the beginning of the LCS, is just a testament that, we were back then, and we still are, incredibly talented people, because in in teams that change players so often, the fact that we're still here after all this time, and out of the 50 players that were back then when we were all playing at the beginning 2015, that there's only three left, I think it just says a lot of the fact that we have been undeniably very, very good. And yeah, it's just testament to our skill, and it's something that I'm quite proud of, because it's not something that everyone can do, to stay as long as we have.
Well, thank you so much for your answer for this time. Hope you do amazingly well next weekend. And
Yeah.
to end this interview, I want to ask you, for this space is yours. Anything you want to say to the people that will watch this interview?
Yeah, it wasn't the result we expected today, but I hope we surprised people in a positive way, because coming into the split, not a lot of people were, even rooting for Excel or giving any chance to Excel to be a half decent team, and I think we've been playing well. And yeah, I just hope that the guys enjoyed our games, because at the end of the day, we are kind of doing it for everyone's entertainment, and being able to flip the narrative from being a team that is just losing every single game, like we were in winter and spring, to being a team that plays like decently well, like we do right now. I'm just happy that we managed to turn it around, and that some of the guys have been enjoying our games.
Well, thank you so much. I just love this arc of redemption. Hopefully, I can see you at finals. Well, let's see first the team to beat after Team Heretics and Fnatic fight next weekend. But let's keep with that amazingly playstyle, lane dominance, and team effort that you've shown us this split that have nothing to do with winter and spring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully it's gonna be like that. Yeah.
Hopefully. Thank you so much for your time and good luck in next games.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good one.